Here we are looking at the last two areas, which is partnership and purchasers. Before I start, let me talk about this exhibition taking place in Côte d'Ivoire, Made in Nigeria exhibition. As many of us that will be able to make it, it will be great if you can attend. I understand NEPC will be sponsoring some people, particularly those they've not sponsored before, from what I heard. It's between 24th and 30th of June, 2022 in Côte d'Ivoire. And I'm working with the guy in charge so that we can have a follow-up program to support those that will be exhibiting afterwards so that we can create the market, not just exhibit for people to come and make inquiry, but create the market afterwards. So I will implore as many of us as possible to try to be part of this. You can chat me for other information that you might require. And I'll make them available to you. The program was launched. The awareness launch was done at NEPC headquarters this last Wednesday. Basically talking about what the program is about and those they've helped in the past and why you should be part of it. So we're rounding up with two other areas in having a discussion on readiness for the expo.
Sorry, will you share the advert with us?
Okay, I will drop it on the group now. I'll just drop it on the WhatsApp group as I'm talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll just drop it on the
So who should we link up with if we are interested in it?
Just let me know. I will connect you with the appropriate person.
Okay.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
All right. So we're looking at purchase and partnership now. The reason why this kind of conversation, this kind of program is important is because of what we are discussing today, and I'm happy it's coming just at the time when it's required. And by that, I mean partnership, purchasers. Partnership, purchasers. Those are the two major focus we have today. Partnership, purchasers. Purchasers, first of all, involve the bulk buyers who are mainly wholesalers, retailers, and distributors in the export market. Who are mainly wholesalers, buyers, and distributors in the export market. A business that is ready for internationalization or going global needs to know the potential wholesalers, retailers, and distributors in the export market. It needs a good understanding of the appropriate market entry strategy and how to develop distribution channels in the export market. The export-ready business also need to know the challenges of distribution in the export market and to know how to manage it. The purchasers in question, like I said, are bulk buyers. In order to know the potential distributor, wholesaler, or retailer of your product in the export market, an export manager needs to be able to do market research to know the major importers of his product in that market. Doing market research becomes very important. Doing market research becomes very important because you need to identify who are the retailers and the wholesalers. You know, someone was talking about how he get to meet wholesaler and retailer of his product in the export market. He said he will go for exhibition and he will look for people who go to the booth of people who sell what he wants to sell. So if there are people that do fast-moving consumer goods and they display it, anybody that go there to make an inquiry, when they come out, he will go and meet them. Because he realized that those people that go to make an inquiry, there are people that most likely are distributors in the country where the people come to exhibit. So for example, if I go to Côte d'Ivoire now, people that come to make an inquiry, most of the time is because either they are wholesaler or distributor of similar products in the export market. And because they are wholesaler or distributor of similar products in the export market, that makes them to be a potential target for him. That makes them to be a potential target for him. And he said sometimes when he buys product also, he will look at the product and he will see distributed by, when he buy product and he see distributed by in the UK, he will then go and look for those people distributing. Now, so he will go to supermarket and look for product and look for if there's anybody distributing that product in the UK. Because he's a distributor, then he can distribute his own product. I'm basically saying there are different ways you can actually get to meet people who might just become a potential buyer of your product. But all this—
But has that worked for him?
Oh, for her, yes.
For her?
Yes.
It has worked for her?
Yes, it's an Indian lady in UK actually. And I work for her. Yes. She imports from India into UK, and these are the way it gets people that distribute our product in the UK.
Okay.
These are the way you get people that distribute our product in the UK. Yeah. So the idea basically is to look for, because being able to have access to distributors become important, because distributors who are bulk purchasers already have the network that we are looking for. They already have the network. So it's to be able to identify who are those that distribute these products. Some products will have the distributor's details, some products will not have. For those products that have, and they are in the same line of his product, he is able to get across to them. Of course, not all of them will show interest with him, but by the time we talk to 5, 6, 7, 10, he'll be able to get those that will be interested, particularly since he also lives in the UK and he brings his stuff into the UK. He doesn't have that channel to distribute. So he works with them and is willing to give them the goods for them to pay after they distribute. So they're able to test it and try it and eventually work for them. And when I'm going to partnership, I'm going to emphasize that a lot. Partnership is what I think even the NEPC need to work on, which is why what they are trying to do in Egypt and Togo make a lot of sense, even though I have concern with the kind of product they are focusing on, but we need those kind of presence abroad. Those kind of presence abroad. In which case, I see government agency helping me to be able to get buyers by having a presence through a retainer arrangement with a marketer or a distributor who can work with me in the export market. Who can work with me in the export market. And this is very important. The fact that different export markets are governed by different laws, driven by different culture, managed by different mindset, makes most appropriate entry strategy modes to different export markets to vary. Using the most appropriate entry mode could determine to a large extent the success of a business. In some markets, you need to register with a local and partner with them. In some markets. In some other markets, you don't need to register. You can register your own business and own it 100%. In fact, some markets, they are so conscious of, they are nationalistic. They want to buy only product of their own people. So if I partner with them and I have someone who is a local in that country on my board, it becomes easier for me to be able to even sell the product through some distributor, because now they see their brother as part of my directors. The idea basically is this: I need to be able to understand issues in the market I'm going into, to be able to know what motivates them to even do business with foreigners, so I can overcome some of these barriers that we face in getting purchasers. Ask yourself these questions. How will I appraise my level of awareness and understanding of different export market entry strategies? How will you appraise your understanding of the right strategy for the target export market? How will you appraise your ability to set up distribution channel in the export market? In fact, that's a very important question. Distribution channel in the export market. How will you evaluate your understanding of the market structure? In some country, like even in, I think in Benin, you can only deal with distributor. You can't even sell beyond getting a distributor. You know, in Nigeria, a foreigner can set up a business and sell to retailers. In some countries, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot. When you bring the good in, you must work with the existing structure. The market structure is such that you cannot do some things. There are some area you can go to. Like Ghana now has have a law that is prohibiting people from doing retail business, foreigners. That's why National Association of Ghanaian traders are always having issue with Nigerian businesses doing retail product. They want us to set up big businesses, not to come and compete with their retailers or their SMEs. That's challenge of market structure in the export market. How will you evaluate your understanding of the challenge of distribution in the export market? Then purchasers. This involves having a relationship and access to the right contact, consultant, or service provider in the export market who can provide the required information or services needed to set up your business or get it established in the export market. There are 3 types of partners you can have in the export market. You can have partners who is a marketing consultant. You can have partner who is a legal practitioner. You can have partner who is a logistic provider. Those are the 3 partners we will recommend you consider. The first one is the marketing consultant, and that's very important because that's the one that will help you get the buyer or get the market. But to be able to set up, you need and recover fund in the export market if there is a delay in payment. Sometimes you will need a legal practitioner as a consultant you work with in the export market. To be able to get your goods to the warehouse, distribute it as expected, you need a logistic provider. So depending on the structure you are looking for in the export market, because sometimes instead of us waiting for people to place order from us, we can actually get our goods into the export market and then work with distributors who can help us begin to, because it's a lot easier when my product is already in the market to distribute when my product is already in the importing country to market it. It's a lot easier because at that point people can say, okay, let me try with 2 cartons, 3 cartons, 5 cartons. Because the good is there, they can pick it up and pay immediately. But to be able to have that arrangement, you need a structure on ground. This partnership is required to be able to get necessary certification of product in the export market, get facility for warehousing and export market, source for agent and distributor, gather export market intelligence, enforce contract, collect debt, source for businesses that are interested in joint venture licensing, franchising in the export market. I was on a radio program this week. We have a radio program every Friday on Nigeria Info from 8 to 8:30. So someone called in and asked a question that he was in the US and he talked to several businesses to do business with, to sell product to. Maybe they hear it's from Nigeria. He said, no, they are not interested. I said, that's a wrong way to deal. How can you be, if you understand the way dynamics of international trade, being in Africa is a weight on you. Being in Nigeria is a heavy weight on you already. So you shouldn't even let them know. That is where a partner becomes important. Your partner is the one that will do the conversation. He is in the US. The product is already in the US. So if he said, I want to give you this product, he will bring the product, show them the product, give them to even put it on their shelf. By the time they see number one, the product is in the US, the product is good, the product has got good quality. The beauty of international trade is it's easy for people to change, for you to change the mindset of people about your country, about you, and probably your country. Immediately they see you can deliver, they give you benefit of the doubt. Immediately they see you can deliver. Because ordinarily they know many people will not be able to deliver. But now you have a product, well packaged, well presented, good quality. If the people are buying, they give them some cartons, they put it on their shelf, people are buying. What are you talking about? They want to buy more. They now remove you from the crowd, the kind of picture they painted about people in your country before. Partnership involves business associates of exporters abroad. This export readiness criterion involves having a relationship with and direct access to the right contact who are consultants and service provider in the export market. This kind of relationship is a very critical success factor for a successful and sustainable business in the export market. Such consultant or service provider are in 3 categories. I've mentioned it earlier: legal, logistics, and marketing. To initiate a relationship with this service provider, an export business can use internet, even though it is good to initiate conversation online. it is wiser though to visit the export market and physically meet the people. It's wiser to visit the export market and physically meet people. Why do we need a partner in the export market? They can source for agent, they can source for distributor, they can help you gather market intelligence. This is the way to package it. This is the way to label it. This is the way to arrange it. They can help you enforce contract. They can help you collect debt. If you need to set up a joint venture, they can help you look for businesses who will help work with you in joint venture arrangement, in licensing them to produce your product, or giving them franchise to even use your brand to sell your product in the export market. It is important for an export company to know that the responsibility of legal consultant include, but not limited to, business registration, registration of sister company or subsidiary or joint venture, management of sales of franchise, and issuance of production license to partners, due diligence on the prospective agent, due diligence on the prospective agent and distributor in the export market. Like I said earlier, enforcing contract, payment, and recovery. The logistic partner is also important because it helps in the delivery of goods to the warehouse. In some cases, it involves final delivery of goods to the buyer in the export market. The logistics and legal consultant will not be necessary if the marketing consultant has not done a good job of securing a business opportunity in the first place. In the first place. The marketing consultant can help in sourcing for agent who will represent the buyer and help in sales, sourcing for product distributor, helping necessary certification to sell the product, sourcing for data for importers and other market intelligence reports in order to take an informed decision. Of course, sourcing for personnel that are needed in the export market or in the marketing process, like interpreter or even other consultant. To be ready for export business, ask yourself these questions. How will you rate your business network in the export market? Do you have any business relationship in the export market? How will you rate the capacity to get an agent in the export market or capacity to get a distributor in the export market? How will you rate the ability to source for business partners or the ability to get service providers in the export market? You see, these two last parts we're discussing today is one of the major challenges of many businesses. It might take a while to get a partner, but when you get a partner in the export market, a serious-minded partner, sincerely, it can solve a lot of problems. It can solve a lot of problems. It will make it, that's why big organization, Dangote, for example, all the country Dangote is in Africa, Dangote set up a branch there. That branch have a staff who do the marketing. But for businesses that are SMEs, they might not be able to do that. That's why you work with partners to do what you could have actually hired a staff to go and do if you can fund the salary of the staff to do the job, because it might take a while. So within the first few months when it's setting up the business and getting ready without any sales, you're paying salary. An SME might not be able to afford that. That's why that rep at destination, a partner, become important. Partnership at destination is one of the most critical success factors in export business. Having checked through all the businesses that have been able to export successfully and sustainably for the last 12, 13 years, I've been monitoring export data in Nigeria. What I see as a common denominator is what I've just told you tonight. That's the common denominator. And that has contributed significantly and immensely to the success of these businesses in the export market. I elaborate a lot on this in my book, Build to Go Global. And what we've discussed in this particular mentoring session is basically what I put into the book. The only difference is that now the book has case studies that basically talk about some example of businesses in Nigeria who were lacking in some of the criteria for entering into the market, and the implication for the businesses in terms of the sign and symptoms they have that show that they were really not ready for the export market. They were really not ready for the export market. Okay, let me take your question and comment. Remember this program, Made in Nigeria exhibition. I attended one 2017. Madam, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, talking about this issue of partnership.
Yes.
I remembered meeting one of the people at an exhibition, and actually he said to me is a major distributor, whatever, but I was coming back for discussion. So when he came back for discussion, I was searching for a distributor and my own or a partner in the country. My own concept of having a partner in the country is the person more or less buying the product, now making business of the products. But when this guy showed up, he said, oh no, he's going to source for distributors for us, and his commission will be 15%. So I asked, is it 15% of the profit made when you bring distributors and what they buy, the profit? So he said, no, if he's thinking of profit, then he will be talking about 50%. That is actually 15% of the trade, of the volume of trade. That was where I ended my discussion with him.
No, you shouldn't have ended. That 15% is asking for. What is profit in that market, in the business? If you are making 30% or 35%, giving him 15%, I will recommend that. When the product enters the market, you don't know how far it can go. He will only get commission on the one he linked you with. There are other people that will come to you that he will not even know about, because it's going to increase market visibility of the product. It's going to increase the visibility. So that's why I always encourage that, in as much as we are not going to be at a loss, whatever cost we have to bear in terms of paying commission at the beginning is so crucial, because these people know the market, they are in the market. Immediately the product becomes visible, there's so many other people that will reach out to me directly that I'm going to be doing business with because of their effort, which they will not get commission from because they don't even know those transactions are going on. They only get on the one they are linked me up with. But that effort they have made is going to increase the visibility of the product in the market. And that is what I need.
But is that feasible to say that, I mean, it's like 15% of your turnover?
Yeah, no, 15%. So if I export goods of $100,000 and I'm making 30%, that means I will make 130,000 on it. So I'm making, at the end of the day, let's say I exported $70,000 and I'm going to get $100,000. That means I'm making $30,000. After $10,000, the get are 50%. As long as it's not going to make me to be at a loss, I'm still going to make some profit. I will see it as a marketing cost. That's what I will see it as.
Okay.
As a marketing cost. But as long as I'm not at a loss.
Okay.
Because of I need many people to see it, taste it, try it. My number is on it now. They are going to reach out to me at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I'm going to get a lot of collateral. Let me give you an example. Okay, I was in a program. I think it wasn't in a program. I was talking about. Let me give you an example. I take pap with. I tried to avoid sugar with pap, so I needed to take date no, I wanted to take snacks, but I don't want to take pastries. So I needed fruit snacks. So I got fruit snacks from Spar on the island. After buying it the first time, I didn't go to Spar to buy it again till today. And I still take that. I still took the snack today, and I've not gone to Spar because I don't realize where their office is on the mainland is not far from my house. So I just called them, send one of my colleagues to go there to buy. So I just buy from there. Why? Because their number is on it. Their number is on the flyer, on the pack. But if they are not in Spar, I won't know they exist. Spar creates visibility. But now I'm buying the same product without going to Spar because Spar already gives the visibility of the product. That is the model I think we can work with. The more people we can get our product into their hands, as long as we are not at a loss, we are still able to make a little profit. They make all the profit, no problem. But they are going to help us with visibility that we're going to get other businesses we never even knew existed because our product is good. So we need partners who can help distributors. And that material is the kind of person. And there are people like that that have those network because of maybe they belong to a chamber of commerce or association or group. You get one of them and the product is good, they buy into it, they can link up to so many people. At the end of the day, you just leverage on the volume of sale. Of course, they make money in the process, but the reason why they will be committed to doing it is because they're making money. So for me, because they are the people, in fact, I've learned something in the supply chain. If I have agent at destination who make demand for some amount, I'm always willing to give them. And the reason is because I realize as long as they make money, they want it to be successful. So they are more committed to it. They are more committed to it. And I need that commitment from them. I need that commitment. So whatever compromise I need to reach to be able to ensure they are comfortable, I want to. Particularly when it comes to commission to them. I don't want to come to commission to them. Because I realize that I need them. But I know their presence will only create more visibility for me. So at the end of the day, if I now have 10 buyers in that market, they might only be doing, I'm only paying commission for them on 2 or 3. The other 7 might be as a result of other people reaching out to me directly that they're not even aware of, you know? All right, any other question or comment?
Excuse me.
Why, madam?
You spoke about having partners and that you through the internet is okay, but you will advise going there.
Meeting them, like
visiting the place.
Like the
you want to visit a place.
Go ahead.
You want to visit a place you have never been before, and you want to be able to connect with people. Where do I start from?
No,
good for me. That's why the internet, I speak French.
That's why the internet is the first place to start from. So if I'm going to a country, I already have communicated with them online. Probably I will have conversation and discussion online. So by the time I meet them physically, there is a way we connect as human beings when we meet physically. And there's a way we also repel ourselves. So those energy, either connection or repulsion, might make me to take a final decision if I want to go ahead or not. In fact, some compromises we are not able to reach on phone or through online conversation, we might be able to reach it by physically. Maybe you just like your person or you just like and you just connect. And before you know it, you are talking to yourself like you have seen yourself for 20 years. You know yourself for 20 years, where I was just meeting. So that's why physical connection becomes extremely important. And then because of this internet fraud, sometimes people are still skeptical, no matter the conversation online, until they see the people. Until they see
I believe that.
You know, so that's why the physical meeting become extremely important. So look at
then I have I have some challenges in the last few months with people that have been meeting with my products. They will like the products, they will but they will now be asking me, can you just produce for us with our labels?
Why don't you want to do that?
Not that I don't want to, but I don't also want to be cheated. I want to be able to know, I mean, what do you mean by that cheated? Are supposed to be my...
What do you mean by cheated?
Thank you. You know, I need to know what are the things that's supposed to be like the contracts, the agreements that we need to reach concretely before I can say, okay, I remove my label, put your label. I have 2 people that are asking me for that now.
You said
so
the agreement you need to reach is minimum production volume.
Okay.
Minimum, you need to have a minimum production volume. So if I'm going to produce for you, that means I'm setting up a production line for you. So I need a minimum commitment from you. That look, if you want to produce for you, this is the minimum. Because at the end of the day, I also need to produce at a volume that will be more profitable for you. Since I'm producing, I can produce just maybe 1,000 for you because it's not profitable for me. Maybe I need to produce about 2,000-3,000 for you because of the fact I'm producing for you.
Okay.
Are you profitable for me? So I need that, and then maybe sign a contract for a period. Okay, I'm going to do this with you for another 1 year, 2 years, and the minimum volume per time is this. So it gives you even some level of concrete assurance over a period, which we can also plan with.
These are the facts I need to get.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We can also plan with. So that way, it's a win-win. They do it in their contract, in their name, but you also have good volume. And probably a continuous order from there. There are factories in China that don't have any label in the export market. They produce for more than 5, 10, 15, 20 brands. But the Chinese government support them a lot because they keep the factory going and creating jobs.
Yeah.
They keep the factory going and creating jobs.
Yeah. Please, I have this. Please, I have this question, Doctor. Is our concept wrong? Because my concept of this export trade is okay. If I go to a country, I want to identify a distributor or a partner, so to say, that, okay, I have a partner in this country, and I feel guilty to start discussing with any other person. Why I've asked this question now was the statement you made that, okay, if one has somebody like the guy that I said discussed with me, which I've sort of turned down, that yes, they may be able to connect you with 3 people, and yet some other 7 people might come to you. Okay, in my head, I'll be feeling, if I just have one point of sale or point of distribution in a country, is okay. Any other person, I link with that person. Is that a wrong concept?
In my opinion, it will be wrong if you don't have exclusivity with the other guy.
Exactly.
If I have exclusivity, it will be wrong. But if I don't have exclusivity, then the more the merrier for me.
Yes.
So what makes you to have exclusivity?
No, the person, the first person, the first person you are talking to, if the person does not demand exclusivity from you, is the one that will demand for it and say, look, in this market, we are the only one you will deal with. If it does not demand exclusivity, then I can sell to other people. But if it demands exclusivity means I will also give you condition. If you want to be exclusive, then you must also need to meet some minimum order. You must also do the job, so that I don't give you the exclusivity for a whole year. You are doing few container or few cartons. Whereas if I have 3-4 people, I probably would have done more. So if you want exclusivity, there must be expiry date. Maybe we'll give you exclusivity for 1 year. If you're able to perform, we renew it for 2 years because you're performing. But if you do not perform, then we will terminate the contract and be able to give us opportunity to other people who will be able to help us in that market. But if I don't have exclusivity, the more the merrier. Because the issue is this, the different distributors have different capacity and different network. And you don't know their capacity or network. Maybe they're only covering 1/10 of the whole country. Whereas there are another 90% of the country that they don't even know your product exists because you don't have network there. So if I give you exclusivity, what happens to those people? Because your network is just in this place. Whereas if I have it in different regions of that country, I'll be able to sell more. So
if the person doesn't ask for exclusivity, we shouldn't go out to offer it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. The more you have in that country, the better. Don't do it. The more you have, the better for you. The more you have, the better.
Yes.
Like I said, each one have reach, and the reach of each one might not be covering majority of the supermarket or stores in the country. So because he's not likely going to be able to cover majority of them, if I have 2 or 3 or 4, then most likely I will cover more. So I should not be eager to offer exclusivity if they don't demand for it. Let me have other options in that. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, madam. All right, thank you very much, everyone. This is our last session, but you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to me.
But please, are you going to send us this, please, so that at least we could use it as reference?
What I have done is this. I have recorded all the session. I put it on YouTube. So I will send you the link of the playlist. The link to the playlist.
Okay.
You can actually listen to all of them again. You can actually listen to all of them. Yeah. I will drop the link to the playlist.
But what of the presentation?
Oh no, I can send it to you. That's no problem.
Yes, please. Thank you.
That's no problem.
And the playlist. Thank you very much. Because we love to hear your voice still. You explain things also more than some of the presentation. Thank you very, 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 very much.
All right. Thank you very much. I understand we'll be having a
Thank you very much. I'll be speaking to you almost immediately after the class.
You say what?
Yes.
Can I speak to you immediately after now?
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And some will be having a closing ceremony on Friday. But like I said, you can always reach out to me for us to, like, for the Made in Nigeria exhibition, for example, I will be there myself. And I would really love to see a number of being able to.
I would really also love to be there.
Because we want to be there. Yes. We would like to be there.
We should be going with knowledge. With knowledge. As in, what I mean is, we should go with mindset that, look, one of the mistakes of exhibition is going to sell. You shouldn't be going to sell. Some people are eager to make the money they use to transport back, in as much as that is desirable, but that should not be the goal. And the reason is this: if this program now is from 24th to 30th, you should go 2 days before and stay 2 days after. And the reason is because if you go 2 days before, go into the market, look at the places where people that sell your product are, see how you can begin to talk to them. Then when you finish, the people that come to visit you, go to get their address, go to their own shop, get to meet them, discuss further. So arrange logistics. Look if you can get a partner that will be on ground. Those are the things you want to. That is more important than the selling. Because that is what will give you the order you are looking for and sustain it rather than the eager to sell. You want to talk to
We need to learn. We're just learning.
You want to talk to the people that matter. So you want to go into the market, you want to meet with the people, you want to go to, maybe there's a market, they sell your kind of product. Who are those that sell? How do they package it? What kind of modification do you need to have? How do you partner with them? You want to have those kind of conversation with them.
But now that they are speaking French, how will you do it?
In fact, I'm learning French. The last time I went, I didn't find it funny. This time, I must learn French. I even want to begin to do training in French. I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. But you should learn basic communication. And the beauty, Francophone market is a good one we can explore, actually. But I think you should learn basic communication. The last time I was in the hotel room, the lady came, he wanted to, something happened to my fridge. I wanted to communicate. Hey, you know, something we see here, little English. This one, not even hear anything. Hey,
employ me, I'll be willing to serve.
Oh, madam, you speak French. Interesting.
Yes, so I just came back from Cameroon.
Come and teach me French, I beg.
We should go together.
You will see the power of language. Sincerely. And when you can speak that language, sometimes they help you to connect with them also.
Yes.
It's just like when you go to the market, you see someone from the north, you speak Hausa to him. Sometimes they give you Jara for speaking Hausa.
Yes, yes.
It just helps you to connect. So learning the language, no matter how basic it is, I think is something we need to do.
So, Madam Feishara, please, what's your contact?
I'll get back to you, ma. I have your number.
You shouldn't be afraid. We are few here.
No, I'm not afraid. It's 080. You 08033. I'll write it on the chat.
Okay, good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you can drop it.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I raised my hand for a while. So I wanted to ask, you mentioned in one of our sessions that you'll be traveling and you would take some products with you. I don't know.
No, I've not gone. I've not gone. It's been slowed down by this Ukraine war with Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not gone. But when I'm going to drop a message on the chat to get as many samples as possible. I've not gone.
So you would update us.
One of the things we are trying to do is we are trying to set up a website. We are trying to get some product into UK, set up a website to market and do some retail to promote the product. So we want to get as many products as possible. Now, those that are now fast moving, in the subsequent requests, we will now be getting more volume of those ones, but just to promote all of them at once. So we will definitely need to contact as many of you as possible who we can get some of those products from, actually. So you will know when we're going. You will know.
Is it UK or
Canada one?
No, UK.
Huh? Okay, I thought you mentioned you were going to the US.
No, UK.
Okay, so.
All right.
Hello,
all right, thank you very much, everyone. See you next Friday during our Bosse, you say you have a question. Go ahead. Nwanchi, Bosse. Can you unmute yourself before we close? I just saw your message. Hello, Bosse, are you still there? Okay, I think Bosse is not there. Okay. See you next Friday as we wrap up. Have a wonderful weekend and bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. So we'll be expecting the presentation and the links.
And the link.
Thank
all
you.
Right. All right.
Yes, and the presentation.